Hey everybody, Beryl here, and let me tell you, I am pumped for this one. We're talking about Egypt in 2024, people. The land of pharaohs, pyramids, and enough history to make your head spin. We're diving deep into the top spots you gotta hit, and the coolest things you gotta do while you're there. From ancient wonders to bustling markets, we've got it all covered. But before we get lost in the sands of time, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the adventures. Trust me, you're going to want to add this to your travel bucket list. Alright, let's kick things off with the classics, the OG wonders of the world, the Pyramids of Giza. I'm talking massive structures that have been standing tall for like forever. Seriously, they were already ancient history by the time Cleopatra came along. We're talking about over 2 million blocks of stone, each weighing more than your average hippopotamus. And they put them together without modern tools or cranes. How did they do it? Some people say aliens. Others say it was magic. But honestly, I think it was just some really dedicated Egyptians who were tired of hearing, "When are you going to finish those pyramids?" Imagine standing at the foot of these monumental structures, feeling the weight of history washing over you. It's enough to make you want to put on a fake beard and declare yourself pharaoh. Don't do that though. Security's pretty tight these days. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that the Great Pyramid of Giza was the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years? Beat that, Eiffel Tower. So when you're in Egypt, make sure you pay a visit to these ancient giants. Next up, we're setting sail on the mighty Nile River. This ain't your average river cruise, folks. Float along the lifeblood of Egypt for centuries. Lounge on a felucca with the sun setting over the Nile. Sip sweet hibiscus tea, a gentle breeze blowing, and then bam, a crocodile pops up. Okay, maybe not, but a Nile cruise is unforgettable. See ancient temples, lush fields, and donkeys by the riverbank. The food is amazing. Freshly baked bread, grilled fish. Hop on a felucca for a Nile adventure you won't forget. Now, if you're anything like me, you love a good museum. And let me tell you, the Egyptian Museum in Cairo is not messing around. We're talking artifacts galore. This place is packed with more ancient treasures than Indiana Jones could shake a whip at. You've got your mummies, of course. Rows and rows of them, just chilling in their sarcophagi like they're waiting for the next season of The Walking Dead to drop. You can check out King Tut's blinged-out burial mask, which is so extravagant, it makes a rapper's chain look like a piece of string. And then there are the statues, the hieroglyphics, the pottery, the jewelry. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's like walking through a history book, except everything's in 3D, and you can't tell people to be quiet because they're reading too loud. But honestly, the coolest part of the Egyptian Museum is just the sheer volume of stuff they have. You could spend days in there and still not see everything. So if you're heading to Cairo, make sure you set aside a good chunk of time for the Egyptian Museum. Okay, enough with the history lessons for a minute. Let's hit the beach. And not just any beach, people. We're talking about the Red Sea. Think crystal clear water, vibrant coral reefs, and more fish than a Finding Nemo sequel. Now, I know what you're thinking. Beryl, what's so funny about the Red Sea? Well, my friends, it's not so much about the sea itself, but what you can do there. Picture this. You're snorkeling along, checking out the underwater scenery, when suddenly you spot something out of the corner of your eye. Is that a sunken chariot? Did a pharaoh try to take his horse for a swim and miscalculate the depth? We may never know. Okay, maybe you won't find a sunken chariot, but you will find some of the best diving and snorkeling in the world. We're talking about a kaleidoscope of colors down there. Bright corals, fish of every shape and size, maybe even a sea turtle or two if you're lucky. So, pack your swimsuit, slather on the sunscreen, and get ready for some serious underwater adventures. All right, folks, it's time to put on your bargaining hats and get ready to shop till you drop, because we're hitting the markets of Cairo. And let me tell you, these are not your average shopping malls. we're talking about a sensory overload in the best way possible. Vibrant colors, exotic scents, the sounds of vendors hawking their wares. It's a chaotic symphony of commerce, and it's an experience you won't soon forget. The most famous market in Cairo is Khan el Khalili. This place is a labyrinth of narrow alleyways and tiny shops selling everything from spices and perfumes to handcrafted jewelry and souvenirs that'll make you say, "What in the pyramid is this?" But here's the thing about shopping in Cairo. You gotta haggle. Don't just accept the first price they give you. Channel your inner used car salesman, put on your best poker face, and prepare for a battle of wits. Just remember, keep it lighthearted, have a sense of humor, and don't be afraid to walk away if you're not getting the price you want. Happy haggling. Get ready to channel your inner Indiana Jones, folks, because we're heading to Luxor and Karnak, the land of temples. Massive complexes so grand, they'll make you feel like an ant in the presence of pharaohs. Karnak Temple, a sprawling complex built over centuries. Luxor Temple, once connected to Karnak by an avenue lined with sphinxes. The towering columns, intricate carvings, and sheer scale are incredible. So, put on your explorer hat and get ready to be amazed by Luxor and Karnak. All right, folks, let's escape the hustle and bustle of the city for a bit and head to the desert. But not just any desert, we're talking about Siwa Oasis, a hidden gem tucked away in the vast western desert. Now, when you think of the desert, you probably picture sand, sun, and more sand. And while Siwa Oasis has plenty of that, it also has something pretty unexpected. Lush palm groves, sparkling saltwater lakes, and even a few ancient ruins thrown in for good measure. It's like the desert decided to get a makeover, and let me tell you, it's working. One of the coolest things about Siwa is its unique culture. The Siwan people have their own language and customs, and they've managed to preserve their traditions for centuries. It's like stepping back in time, only with better Wi-Fi. And speaking of stepping back in time, Siwa is also home to the Temple of Amun, where Alexander the Great himself is said to have consulted the oracle. So, if you're looking for a truly off-the-beaten-path adventure, a chance to experience a different side of Egypt, then Siwa Oasis is calling your name. As the sun sets over the ancient city, Cairo comes alive with vibrant energy. Forget sleepy historical sites. Cairo after dark is a whole different beast. Get ready to party like a pharaoh. Cairo's nightlife is a mix of traditional and modern. From swanky rooftop bars to underground clubs, there's something for everyone. Egyptians know how to have a good time. The music is infectious, and the atmosphere is electric. Pack your dancing shoes and experience the city that never sleeps. Buckle up, adventurers, because we're about to embark on a journey to a place that's truly out of this world, the White Desert. The White Desert is like stepping onto another planet, with its surreal, otherworldly landscapes. Imagine vast stretches of blindingly white sand, dotted with bizarre, chalk-white rock formations. The best way to experience the White Desert is to camp out under the stars. The sky is so clear, it's like you can almost reach out and touch the stars. So, if you're looking for a unique adventure, add the White Desert to your Egyptian itinerary. All right, folks, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, food. And trust me, when it comes to cuisine, Egypt does not disappoint. We're not just talking about hummus and pita bread here, people. Egyptian cuisine is a delicious fusion of Mediterranean and Middle Eastern flavors, with influences from Africa and even Turkey. It's a melting pot of deliciousness, and your taste buds are in for a treat. Now, I could spend hours talking about all the amazing dishes you have to try in Egypt, but let's start with the classics. First up, you've got koshari, Egypt's national dish. It's a carb lover's dream, a glorious mix of rice, lentils, macaroni, chickpeas, and fried onions, all topped with a tangy tomato sauce and a sprinkle of garlic vinegar. Then there's full madamos, a hearty fava bean stew that's typically eaten for breakfast. And of course, no trip to Egypt would be complete without trying some tamaya, or as the rest of the world knows it, falafel. But honestly, the best way to experience Egyptian cuisine is to just dive in and try everything. So, There you have it, folks. Your crash course in all things Egypt is officially complete. From ancient wonders to bustling markets, from desert adventures to culinary delights, Egypt has something for everyone. I hope this video has inspired you to add this incredible country to your travel bucket list. And hey, if you've already been to Egypt, share your experiences in the comments below. Let us know your favorite spots, your funniest stories, and your best tips for navigating the land of pharaohs. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel adventures. Until next time, happy travel.